Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Thursday, 20th February 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Planned update of Trinidad and Tobago's $100 note wins support as the central bank shows commitment to ensuring the reliability of the currency. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Economist Dr. Valmiki Arjun says the central bank's decision to update Trinidad and Tobago's $100 banknote reflects a commitment to ensuring the reliability of the currency. And B-Mobile has been named Trinidad and Tobago's fastest and best mobile network by Ookla. CNC3's Geisha Colazar Alonso has more.
Economist Dr. Valmiki Arjun says the integrity of this country's currency is vital for economic stability. And he says the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago is doing a good job in this regard, as the decision to update the $100 banknote reflects a commitment to ensuring the reliability of the currency.
When consumers trust that their money is genuine, and when they trust that it is difficult to counterfeit, then they are more likely to engage in everyday transactions using cash. And that, of course, supports economic activity. This is confidence that we need for an economy to thrive, where both consumers and businesses feel secure in their financial transactions.
He further noted that introducing new banknotes with advanced security features is a standard practice among central banks, specifically to combat counterfeiting.
As technology evolves, counterfeiters, they gain access to increasingly sophisticated printing techniques. So by incorporating new security elements, enhanced security elements to the note, like, for example, larger security strips and holographic features, then becomes more difficult to replicate banknotes. And of course, these measures are crucial for preventing financial losses because of counterfeiting, to ensure that the currency retains its proper value.
Moving forward, Dr. Arjun adds it is vital for the Central Bank of Trinidad and Tobago to implement a campaign that highlights the security features of the new note. The newly designed $100 bill, which will be in circulation from September, will feature the steel pan instead of the 3 ships of Christopher Columbus. Now, the business news. B-Mobile has been officially named Trinidad and Tobago's fastest and best mobile network by Ookla for Q3 and Q4 for 2024. Ookla is a global leader in network intelligence and connectivity insights. Kent Weston, CEO of TSTT, says the awards reflect the hard work of the company, which it has put out over the years. As TSTT looks ahead, he says it remains focused on enhancing the customer experience and elevating mobile connectivity standards in Trinidad and Tobago.
In the meantime, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley travelled to Barbados on Tuesday to attend the 48th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community CARICOM. More in this TTT News item.
The meeting, which officially opens on Wednesday, will be held under the chairmanship of Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Amor Motley. Prime Minister Rowley will be accompanied by Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Dr. Amory Brown. The meeting will focus on several issues, including the CARICOM single market and economy, food and nutrition security, climate change, the ongoing challenges in Haiti, and security issues. Additionally, maritime and air transport and and reparations will form part of the discussions. Minister of Energy and Energy Industries and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister Stuart Young will act as Prime Minister until Dr. Rowley's return. TTT will carry a live broadcast of the opening ceremony of the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting on Wednesday from 5:30 p.m.
The Bahamas is set to make history as SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket booster lands off the coast of the Exumas on Tuesday, becoming the first international destination to host a rocket booster. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, I. Chester Cooper, highlighted this event as a significant milestone, positioning the Bahamas as a key player in the emerging space tourism industry. More in this ZNS special.
This is significant for the Bahamas in so many ways. The first international landing in the Bahamas, in the Exuma Sound, is significant in and of itself. It puts us at the cutting edge of innovation, and it gives us a small country of 400,000 people to an opportunity to participate in the aerospace industry. This is huge.
You know, it's really the beginning of the future. This is something we've been working on for several years now. We're hopeful that this collaboration enables us to fly the first polar crew mission that will have a booster landing in the Bahamian waters too.
We've long been known for tourism. Bahamas is now going beyond sun, sand, and sea. We hope that millions of people will observe from the Bahamas this event over the coming years. It's an opportunity for collaboration with academia and the University of Bahamas. It's an opportunity really to advance careers for young Bahamians.
The spaceport of Florida has really evolved since the Apollo era with the shuttle, and then now Falcon 9 is the most reliable orbital class rocket ever built. This is not a test flight. This is an operational vehicle for America and many other countries. The world depends on Falcon, so safety and reliability are our highest priorities.
We have retained Aisha Bowe, a Bahamian in the aerospace industry. She has worked in partnership with us to ensure that we pull all of the pieces together. We recognize that it's important that safety is put first and foremost, and we have ensured that we've done the due diligence and we've done our work to deliver this first international landing in the Exuma Sound.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
In association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Jamaica's Prime Minister rubbishes opposition's claim that Jamaica is in a recession. Krista Campbell of TVJ News reports.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness rebutting opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson's pronouncement in Parliament on Thursday that the country is heading into a recession. Mr. Robinson said his conclusion was based on the projection of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, which believes gross domestic product, GDP, will record a second consecutive quarter of decline for the period ended December last year. At the handing over of a social housing in Manchester on Friday, the Prime Minister addressed the issue.
But sometimes bad government with bad policies can throw economies into a recession. Now, what has caused the last 2 quarters of the economy not to show growth? It's simple. One, we had Hurricane Beryl in July, and that impacted the agricultural sector in a significant way. And what happened after Hurricane Beryl? We had a sustained period of heavy rains, which literally destroyed our road infrastructure.
But he stressed that his administration has implemented sufficient buffers to withstand unexpected shocks to the economy by putting aside money from previous budgets. He says it's the reason why thousands of persons were able to receive relief grants shortly after Hurricane Beryl and Tropical Storm Raphael in 2024. He also pointed to road patching work being done across the island to address some of the worsening infrastructure resulting from the two weather systems.
If there were truly a recession and production fell, one would suggest that businesses would also be closing and unemployment would be rising.
In fact, the Prime Minister says unemployment has been on a steady decline over the past 7 years. And according to him, the economic indicators are not pointing to a recession. He noted that the country will pay $154 billion less for principal debt repayment in the budget for the new fiscal year and $4 billion less in interest repayment on this debt.
The current fiscal year had $317 billion for principal debt repayment, which the new budget, which is presented, would not have that level of debt repayment. In the current budget year, which is coming to a close, we had to make provisions of $182 billion for interest repayment. This year, interest repayments are $177 billion.
Finance Minister Favour Williams will kick off the budget debate in Parliament on March 11, 2025. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
In the meantime, Prime Minister Holness said the Jamaica Constabulary Force's policing strategies have evolved as they relate to migrant criminals.
You know, the criminals might believe that we don't know who they are, we don't know where they are. In some instances, we may not know your name, we may not know your face, but we have picked up patterns in geographical areas. We have, I don't want to say too much, but we use intelligence to find you. So we're not only, as you have said, we not only use the kind of kinetic operations, the stop and search, the targeted raids, but they use psychological operations as well and information operations to make sure that we can interdict and arrest criminals without taking life.
And the Prime Minister also reiterated his administration's efforts toward improving citizen security.
The general public will note that the days of unsolved crimes are becoming few. The truth is that we have solved some of the most difficult crimes that formerly would have just gone unsolved. So criminals should bear this in mind, and the people of Jamaica should bear this in mind as well. We intend to make Jamaica safe.
Barbados' Attorney General Dale Marshall has given an update on Barbados' position regarding the European Union's financial blacklist. Speaking during the estimates debate, Mr. Marshall said the island has done a lot of work and qualifies for removal from the list. He said 2 countries on the list failed, which meant all the countries on the list failed as well. However, there is hope. Attorney General Marshall says Barbados will face the same situation in 2 years' time.
There are a number of meetings taking place over the course of the next few weeks, at which time the EU Parliament will make a determination as to how they proceed. But as I said, there is no doubt that Barbados has met the grade. They're satisfied with that, but they have to determine if they're going to bifurcate the list, if they're going to move up the others, or exactly what they're going to do. So in 2027, we once more have to subject ourselves to the question, are we meeting all of the requirements? Are we meeting all of the prudential norms that are set for us? Are we compliant? They're going to do a review of all of our systems, a review of all of our regulators. They're going to do everything that they did before to determine if we're compliant. Now the thing is, we found ourselves subject to the regime because we had reached the threshold. It's called broad money. The amount of money in the Barbadian economy exceeded $5 billion. And now, as long as you exceeded $5 billion, you fell into that review process. Obviously, that was an arbitrary number, and it caused countries like ourselves tremendous hardship.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Reptilian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.